Hello, my name is Joseph Ngudhiru. I am the founder at Hyapak, where we make biodegradable plastics out of water hyacinth, and also the co-founder of MC2, where we are using AI as an early warning system for deforestation, charcoal burning, and also wildfires. I'm also an Obama leader and 40 under 40 Africa. We are here today in the Earthwise Summit simply because we want to talk, we want to discuss and engage between ourselves, various stakeholders, and get to know what is our position, what is our mindset. Let's put our minds together. Let's think about where do we stand in as a community, where do we stand in as a nation in terms of the climate, orientation, and what can we do as we go to COP29, which is happening in Azerbaijan, Baku, and let's go there with one mindset, and we know what to do and what to ask.
So you've talked about AI, and AI seems to be getting into climate and climate advocacy. Yeah? Can you tell us more about how you're leveraging this AI and how you're using it to track deforestation?
So at MC2, in collaboration with the Kenya Forest Service, we've installed these devices in forest, right now doing our pilot in Gong Forest, and we've pre-trained these devices using machine learning to detect against these different kinds of threats like deforestation. So it's going to listen to the power source sound and everything else, and if it detects a threat, sends data to the cloud, and then from the cloud direct to the for KFS rangers mobile phones, and the rangers are able to go there and respond to the threat and to prevent the deforestation from happening.
We are 29 COPs in. Yeah, we are going to head to the 29. That means it's over almost 29 years because each COP is held yearly. Yeah, but how many COPs have been held in Africa, and what do you think about this?
How many have we had in Africa? We had one we had a COP in Egypt, COP27.
Yeah,
COP27 was in Egypt, Sharm el Sheikh. And basically, it's not about where they're being held as much as what are we getting out of the COP. This year, we hope that COP29 is going to have a lot of information on climate financing, mostly, and also we're going to have the conversation on carbon credits happening this year in COP29. Basically, all the countries in the world are going to come together and talk about us, Africa, where we contribute 4% of the global emissions, but we get the biggest impact of the climate crisis. And countries like Kenya, where we only contribute about 0.03% of the global emissions, yet we are the ones who are suffering from drought, we are the ones who are suffering from floods and everything else. So basically the position of COP is how do we get climate financing from the polluters to countries like ours who are being affected, so that we can have proper adaptation strategies for this climate crisis.
Yeah. So as we still stand on that issue about hosting in Africa and countries that are being hosted, yeah, we saw last year the 28th one when people. Are you at the 28th?
One of my startups, Hyapak, actually won the best innovation at COP28 in nature, food and water solutions.
Amazing, amazing. But if you are there, and for us who are following up from the ground, so many people came with a lot of disappointment. So it was a mock-up. These countries are delaying, they are delaying in terms of how to fund and in terms of climate, taking action in terms of climate, yeah. But then another COP is being held in a oil-producing country. Considering how last year Dubai went, yeah, do you still expect the same or what different do you expect?
Usually, or generally about climate, I'm positive. I'm positive that COP29 is going to have good results. Again, it's not about exactly where it is being located, because ultimately at the end of it all, we all need oil for our transportation. We use cars that use diesel, and we need them to move. Most of our machines run on petrol and everything else. So at the end of the day, even if it's an oil producing country, we still need to think about what is in it for us as a continent. But I love some of the outcomes. For example, this week we saw the UK shutting off their last coal power plant, and they are fully into other sources of energy, which I think is a plus for the planet, because that means they are now polluting less in terms of their energy use.
So nice. What is your call for action today as we come to a conclusion?
My call for action is for the government to lower the policies for young people to be engaged in these spaces, and for them to find opportunities and to tap into what is happening into the ecosystem. How many young people are we taking to COP from Kenya, and what are they going to do there? Are we going to connect them to industrial players and other stakeholders who are going to be then impactful for their activities here in Kenya? Are we just going to take people there who are politicians' wives and just going there to have fun in another country? So I think the call for action goes to the government in terms for them to to be mindful of how they are treating young people in this climate scenario, and also for the young people to step up and take the opportunities that are being presented to them because of this climate crisis.
Thank you so much. Amazing.